Hi, this is Leanna. This week we are doing a review of conditional programming or using conditional statements. So this script here takes an integer input from the user, that is the number of pennies, and then converts the number into the smallest amount of other coin types of quarters, dimes, nickels, and whatever is left over into pennies. So here we're including our pre-processing directives, IO stream, which is basic. You need it for displaying output, IO manip. We actually might not need that. I'm looking at the code again. You know what? We don't need it. I'm going to get rid of it. And if we do need it, then I'll put it back. So I'm creating a namespace for the std object so it can reduce redundant code. And then here's the start of our function. We're going to create 4 constants for the value of each coin type. And then we're going to hold the user's initial input into this variable unconverted num penny. And then here we have more integer types that are positive, so penny, nickel, dime, quarter, these are going to be calculated based on the unconverted num penny. And then I've also created various variables in the case that our calculated coin types are more than 1 or just 1. So here we are prompting the user for a number greater than 0. And if the number they input is less than or equal to 0, that is, they give a negative number or they say 0, then we are automatically invalidating their input and saying, please enter another number greater than 0. And at that point, it'll go all the way down here, say press enter to continue, and then the program will end. And you'll have to run it again. So assuming you enter a positive number, then we're going to do some calculations. So num quarter is taking that initial number of pennies and then dividing by the value of quarter, which is 25. And then same thing for dime. You're taking the initial number of pennies and then you're subtracting the quarter value times whatever you calculated would be the number of quarters, and then you are dividing by the value of dime to get the total number of dimes that you would be able to get out of whatever is left after you use the quarters, and so on and so forth. And here, this is just a string saying, here's your breakdown. And then we get into the if statements. So for each coin type, we need to see if it's plural or singular. Depending on that condition, we're going to have some different grammatical sentences. So I have an if-else, a nested if statement for basically each coin. So we already know that if you made it this far, you have at least one of each coin type. So actually this might not have been necessary. I could delete this. This is redundant. Sorry, ignore that. So actually we could have just been okay with just this one if statement since we already had that initial if statement that makes sure that oh, okay, never mind. It is possible that we have 0 of each coin type, depending on these calculations. So yeah, we make sure that the number of quarters is 0, and if it is not 0, then we check if it's more than 1, in which case we grab the plural verb number that we calculated, and then the actual string for quarters with an S at the end. And if we only have one, then we use the singular verb is, number of quarters that we calculated, and just the word quarter, which we defined prior. And then we do that for every single coin type. And that's it. We pause the program, return 0, we're done. Let's see how this looks. So let's do 99. Following is a breakdown of least number of coins, that will sum to 99. Perfect. And let's try another one. Make sure we can't put a negative number. Interesting. What? That is very interesting. Could try that again. Huh. So I guess I thought this was working, but alas, it is not. That is sad. Very sad. Ah, because it says unsigned int. Okay. So what we're gonna do, let's try just a regular old integer. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. Debugging on the spot. You cannot have an unsigned integer type if you may expect a negative number, or else the program is gonna go all cattywampus. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. I guess that was my challenge for this program, was making sure that the user input was not a unsigned data type. Thanks for watching.